Hi guys. Okay, so in case anyone's wondering, my son decided to come up out of his bedroom and lay down on the couch and has now fallen asleep. So I turned the camera just a little bit so he's not being videotaped while sleeping on the couch for whatever reason. Anyway, just wanted to talk about Pam and Ryan a little bit, but mostly Pam, about Pam going out to the salvage yard. She was testifying. She was questioned by Ken Kratz if she had any contact or direction from law enforcement prior to arriving at the salvage yard, and she says no. I believe somewhere, though I can't remember where, I've heard this, read this, or seen this, or whatever, that Ryan also claimed to not be working with law enforcement. Yet, however, he was allowed onto the property several times. He was allowed into areas that were restricted by the general public. We're not allowed into. You can verify this by seeing him on the login, log out, sign in, sign out logs. And I'm wondering also what he was doing there. What was he helping them search for? How was he helping them in any way? He really should have been looked at more as a possible suspect, and not allowed into what they were considering a crime scene. Now, I understand that since they never looked at him as a suspect, they wouldn't think that he would have any reason to not be able to go in there, but I just wonder, I wonder how this happened. How did Pam end up going out to the salvage yard? Ryan, you could see on one of his interviews with the news media, actually, no, you could see in his testimony that he said he's asked about were people sent out to the salvage yard prior to Pam coming up to him that morning for the first time he's meeting her and just randomly offers to go out there. He said, oh no, we haven't been sending anyone out there, and so she offers to go. That, all fine, but as you can see in the documentary in episode 5, at around the 46:52 mark, Wiegert calls Remaker and says that they have a change of plans. The boss has got something he wants us to do. He wants us to re-interview Avery again, and he kind of says that like again, like oh my god, again. He wants us to re-interview Avery again and asks if they would allow the search party to come on the property and go through the junkyard. Now, I want to know if they're not getting direction from law enforcement, why would Pam just randomly on that same day offer to go up to the search party and offer to go search the junkyard? Somebody's lying. I don't know, who it is. It doesn't really matter. Somebody's lying. And whoever that is probably knows that the car is there. Pam was sent there to find the car, which, I think it's pretty curious, with the paperwork, the things in the documents that said that the vehicle was found on the 3rd, Colburn's call, and on the plates on the 3rd. All of that just tells me, and also with Stephen's friend telling him that a cop planted the car on the property, all of this tells me that the cops knew the car was there. The cops somehow got Pam to go out to the salvage yard and search, and within 20 minutes, 30 minutes, finds the car on a 40-acre lot. That's ridiculous. That's God showing her the way, or is that the cops showing her the way? And I know that this has been talked about a million times. Yes, I think somebody sent her there, somebody had her go there, but she denies it on the stand. that she had any contact or direction from law enforcement prior to going out there. And I believe she's lying. Buting was talking about in that same episode that, it's not that he doesn't believe God might have showed her the way, he just doesn't believe her. He doesn't believe her. She's too weird. And there's just something not right. Also, if you look at Colburn's call, where some people have said that they hear someone in the background saying, "The car's here," and thinking that's Pam. Pam out there with Colburn finding the car on the 3rd. So yeah, I think Pam might know something more than what she's telling, and I'm curious to what it is and what you all think. How involved, what part is she playing in all of this? Is she just someone that's being used to, I guess, find things so that they are not the ones finding the car? They're not the ones appearing to target Stephen. Whatever the reasons are. I think Pam was used, maybe. This is definitely a possibility that she was used by the police to be an uninterested party that would, find the vehicle, get that whole thing started with Avery. Even though they had already started that. And I have no doubt that, they probably had him under surveillance. That they had him and probably the property under surveillance from sometime on the 3rd or 4th until at least the 5th. So, I think that they knew they probably had surveillance on them out in Crivets as well, because they sure did show up there quick, pulling over Brendan and his brother when they were going to get sodas, and they were going to impound Stephen's car that they were driving. So, I do believe that they had them under surveillance, and I think that they did that in order to know when they could move the car, whatever else they were doing, if they were the ones that planted the car, which, I kind of get the impression that they did, just because of all the lies and the weirdness that's going on around. Nobody owning up to, the cops told me to go search the salvage yard. Ryan called Sheriff Poggle, since he gave Pam a direct line to Poggle. It is possible that since Ryan had this direct line to Poggle, in case they found anything, that he called Sheriff Poggle and asked him, can we send a searcher out onto the property to search the salvage yard? And then Sheriff Poggle relays that to Wiegert, who calls Remaker. They set it up. But the thing is, Pam on the stand denies that happened. So, that thing that could have been completely innocent and, hey, this is a good idea. If we can get permission, we don't need a search warrant. Cool. Turns into a lie. When, really, I don't think that it needed to be such a big deal, but they're making it into a big deal, and that makes it look like a lie. It makes it look like they're hiding something. There's something else going on here. And I'm sorry, but when you lie, everything you do is suspicious to me when you are caught lying. So everything they did, everything they said, everything that was going on there, just explain yourself. Somebody own up to why Pam was sent out there, how she was sent out there. How did they know to send her there? Did they know to send her there? We're going to know soon enough. But, just for right now, I'm curious. we're all curious. We want to know, you know. Just something that I've been thinking about and wanted to share. If anybody has any thoughts, put it in the description, or not in the description, put it in the comments below, and, you know, talk to me about it. See? Thanks for watching.